Welcome back to my channel. Okay, so we want to look at the concluding part of this application. So we've been logged out. We can now log in. Input your email and your password. Okay. See, the in progress application is showing 1. That means you've already started your application. So you just go straight, tap on it. In progress application. Just tap on it. It will take you there. Very simple. Then you tap on the one showing you the scholarship. Good. So we've done all this in the previous video. Go and watch that so you know how to fill in these details. See the educational qualification I inputted in the first video. See, all of them have appeared here. Okay, so if you want to put more of your educational details, just tap on this add education details, then you fill in as much as you want. Follow that same process that we did. I will put the link of each of these videos in the description um, button of each of these videos as well. So you put the either undergraduate or postgraduate, whatever degree you got, fill it in, country and all. Just follow that same process I did in my previous video. Same as the working experience. See the working experience, it has shown clear, it's showing clearly. Go through it to be sure that there's no detail that was left out. If you feel there's a detail that was left out, okay, you can open it. Tap on this open. If you see there is a detail you did not include, everything will come out. The highest, note this, highest total number of work experience should not be more than 15. That means if you worked in different offices or different organizations, you've been employed, internship, part-time, full-time, and you are compiling all of them so you can meet up the 35 to 60-hour requirements, which is also equivalent to 2 years, 2,800 hours. Okay, by the time you are done calculating. So if they are more than 15, mind you, you cannot include the remaining. So it is only 15 entries you can make for your working experience. Alright, so you're clearly told what to do. So open it. You see all the details. Check through to be very sure that you did not make mistake or leave out any detail. Okay, see the what hours has been calculated for me. The hours has been calculated for me, 17,744 hours. The system calculates the hours for you. So from the details I key in, the total hours that I've worked is 17,744 hours. Okay, so that is fine. Then what other thing? I think that's all for this one. But if you feel there are more you want to put, just tap on add work experience. If you have more of your educational details you want to input, also do the same. Tap on add educational details. So the next one we are going to is the essay questions. This is another cocoa. This one is mostly this one that you are used to judge whether you can cross from the second stage. The first stage of screening applications is your work experience and some other details. But it's basically work experience that drops a lot of people from the first stage. Why these essays? They are four in numbers. These essays are literally the major reason why many people are dropped from the second stage of screening. Okay, so you have to also give great attention to your four essays. The first one is your leadership and influence essay. You have to display your leadership roles you've performed or you've carried out before and cite examples. They want to see examples. Your examples should also come with dates. Put the dates, the exact dates, and the organizations you worked with, and how your own leadership role was played out. They are not interested in any other person that worked with you. It is you. What was your own leadership role and how did you influence people? You write these essays using the STAR approach. Okay, that is the situation, the task, okay, and you write them well. Okay, so you also write your relationship essay, and then you're studying in the UK essay career plan. Cite examples, especially for this leadership and relationship. Okay, so the STAR approach, the situation, tasks, and your approach, and then your results. Okay, these are very important. Although I might do another video to extensively talk about the essay writing. Then the relationship, how you have strived to build relationship or networking, how you've networked with people, and how many organizations you've done that with. Like, just clearly state your example of how you've been successfully networking. Okay, could be professional networking and otherwise, but mostly professional networking. Okay, so you clearly state those examples. They want to see examples, not just tell stories. Then you notice in all of these essays, hmm, in all of these essays, your maximum words is 500, while the minimum is 100. That means you cannot exceed 500 words and you cannot go less than 100 words in each of these essays. I already have a video to guide you on how to reduce your word count in any essay so that you can meet up the required word count. So I will drop the link at the end of this video so that you can go through them. Okay, so these are the details on the essay questions, very important. Then the next one is the application information. Application information. This is where you put the details of the three UK universities you're applying to. Either you have applied or you're about to apply. You put the details of the UK universities, the three. Remember, in one of my videos I said the UK university you apply to should be more than three. Though Chevening wants you to provide three of the universities, but you should apply to more than three, just in case after application you will get an offer. If these three universities do not accept you at a point, okay, if they do not accept you, at least other ones you apply to, you can get an offer from at least one. So that by the time you get to the final stage, you already have an offer from a university. And then with that, you can easily change the one you already put here if you were not accepted in those universities. During your interview, you can provide your offer letter for the other university that you did not input here. So always apply to more than 3 universities just to be on the safe side, because a lot of people have been dropped too from starting their course because they did not have an offer from any UK universities. They lost that chance. Okay, so applying to your UK university is also very important. So you fill in your details. So let's try to see whether we can input something here. Add university application. Let's see. I'll select one university. I like this university, baby. Confirm university. This is it. So you have to select the course and the degree you want to study. Let's say accounting and finance, MSc. Then rank is my first choice. Have you already applied to this course? At this point, I can say I have a conditional offer. Yes. I have an unconditional offer. Yes. Or no, I've not applied. None of these questions you answer will affect your scholarship because you still have time now to apply. But I will choose I have applied and I'm awaiting a decision. Then I tap on submit. Submit and add new. I want to add my second choice university. Okay. Tap on the university again. Then we have Brunel University. That's my second choice university. This one I can say accounting and business intelligence. Rank is my second choice. Have you already applied to this course? I have applied and I'm waiting a decision. You tap on submit. Just keep doing until you get to the third one. Just the same, almost the same thing that we did when you are submitting your academic details. You submit, you come again and do a new one. So either you can just tap submit, or if you want to change the university too, you can see change university there. You can tap on that one, submit and add new. You go on like that. So let me go for my third choice. You remember you don't just randomly select. You've already done your research on these universities, so you already know which university to accept. I mean to input here, or which one to reject or not to choose rather. So let's see this one. Select course, accounting and finance. See, they are the same courses. This is my third choice. Have you already applied? Yes, I've applied and I'm awaiting a response. So I tap on submit and I am fine. Good. It will not show now until when this page is refreshed. So core subject area is the next. Tap on select one. What is my core subject area? It's accounting and finance. Do you have a valid passport for your country? I don't have yet, or I have, whichever is your case. If you say you have, then you will provide the passport ID number. Okay, but if you say you don't have, no, it will not affect the selection of your scholarship, of this your scholarship application. It will not affect it, mind you. All you need to do is to start applying for your passport, your international passport, so that by the time you get to the final stage, you've already gotten your international passport. Very, very important. So you can just tap on no and you are fine. It will affect your selection at all. Then the next question is, do you hold refugee status? Please, you hold refugee. A refugee is someone that has been forced to leave their own country or that to escape war, persecution, natural disaster. So select no if you have chosen to move to another country to live and you are not a refugee or do not hold refugee status in that country. So you are only selecting yes if you are a refugee. So you tap on no. Read through these questions before you fill. Do you hold any other form of legal residency? Yes, I have. Okay, legal residency. At this point, you upload um your national ID. This one is not your international passport. Is your national ID. You upload your national ID card. You tap on this arrow facing up so that you can upload your national ID. Remember, you have to scan these things before you upload them. Then which country? Select the country you have that your national ID with. Then have you ever been to the UK? You can say yes if you have traveled to the UK. It will not affect you if you've been to the UK before. But if you've not been to, you can say no. It won't affect you. Do you have a valid UK visa or permission to enter or remain in the UK? Say no, because Chevening will cater for that, especially if there's no visa already. And if you have visa that is still working, that might jeopardize your scholarship application as well. Like if you have a visa, okay, because Chevening covers that. So it's possible that you traveled to UK some years back, okay, and your visa has expired. So you'll be fine with this. No. Have you ever been refused a visa for any country? Not at all. No. Have you been deported, removed, or otherwise required to leave any country? No, I've not. Do you have any criminal convictions? Not at all. Then the next question, were you charged for an offense? No. So then you tap on submit or save drafts. Save drafts. Especially if you are coming back to continue this application. Remember that you as you are filling these details, it's not compulsory you must finish them in one day. Take your time to do them. So this is basically what you need for the application information system. The next one now is the terms and condition. You'll be clearly reminded again that you have to go back. Oh, you have to go back. Then the first one say you attend mandatory evening events. Will you do it? Yes. Will you engage with the Chevening network? Chevening has a very large network of over 50,000 persons. So one of the criteria to be a scholar, you will engage in the Chevening network. You tap on yes. Will you remain in the UK during your award except for authorized absences? And understand the condition not to spend more than 30 days outside of the UK. You just have to come back wherever, even if during your course of study, after 30 days is not acceptable. It should be within 30 days. Okay? And you are back, especially for your course. This has its own special process, and your PO that will be assigned to you will help you on that. Then the next question is, will you respond to surveys? Definitely, you have to. Will you abide by Chevening's social media and messaging policy? Please, at this point, I would like you to read the social media and messaging policy, because many people who already started this scholarship, they were dropped from the scholarship because of some inciting comments they posted on social media. Chevening will be following your social handles. So it is very important you read this social media messaging policy. Okay? Read through it. Then you answer yes. Do you agree to abide by the code of conduct? Also read all this policy, read the code of conduct as well, because there are some things that are not acceptable and you should not do, that can jeopardize your study. Okay? Then after your award, will you remain in the UK or you go back? Mm? Including for the purpose of further study or employment. Any request to remain in the UK will not be granted. Do you agree? Yes. I will actively engage with the Chevening alumni community in my country and globally. Yes. I will respond to surveys. Yes. Then at the end you tap yes. And then you tap on submit. You are not submitting to Chevening yet. You have to, if you don't submit to Chevening, don't rush. I will even suggest you submit within November, not exactly the day towards when it will end, because by then you've really checked and you've made the corrections needed. Okay, so all these are, this is what we call the Chevening application system that has to be filled. Then we have equal opportunities. Do you have a disability? Yes, if you have one. No, if you don't. Do you require specific arrangement should in case you have a disability? Do you require specific arrangement to attend online or in-person interview? Yes or no. Then state your gender. Also put it. Do you consider yourself to be part of any minority or disadvantaged group in your country? Yes, no, prefer not to say. You can select anyone. Okay. Do you currently live in one, the capital city in your country? Any of the box that applies to you, just tick it. Or you live in an urban area, another urban area other than the capital city? Or do you live in the rural area? Tick the box that is most appropriate to you. Then you are asked where you heard about Chevening. How did you hear about Chevening? You select any of these. Is it Facebook? Most people discovered Chevening from Facebook. I also discovered Chevening from Facebook. You can tap on it, or any other channel you got the info. Then how long did you consider applying to Chevening? For how long in this application round before you started? For how long have you been considering to apply? Is it more than 2 years, less than 1 year, or within 1 to 2 years? Select one. Then, what were the major factors that led you to applying? Is it because the reputation of Chevening? Tick the box if that's what you want. Or is it reputation of the UK? Tick as much box as you want. Or is it the publicity about Chevening? Or is it an advice from a colleague? Or advice from a Chevening alumna? Tap on anyone. Or is it because you feel it is right for your career? Or is it the influence of BBC? Or what reason do you have for being interested? Why are you interested in applying to Chevening? You can state your reason. Tap on order and then you write it, or you type it there in the box that we provided. Have you applied to Chevening in previous years? Yes or no? depending on on your case, whether you've applied before or not. Have you considered applying for any Chevening scholarship funding? No, have you considered applying for any other scholarship funding? If I were you, I'll say no. Completed education documents. This is where you will now upload your educational documents. This first one, you tap on this arrow, it will take you to your download page, your upload page, where you can upload your files you already have in your phone. We also have, if should in case you've gotten an offer, you see this section, especially this section, this completed educational documents, they are usually open till the end, towards the end of this application. So that means you don't need to rush. You just take your time. Your unconditional offer from any UK university, it has a deadline, July 11. So you still have a long time to get your offer and upload on your portal. Okay. Then you talking about the referees. For your referees, your reference letter is needed not later than 20th of February next year. So you still have time to work on that as well. And then you upload. All these are very important. But in the referee, you are putting in their details. You put their details, the referee details. Just tap on add referee. You put their position, their name, their email, their capacity in which you know them, their organization. Then you tap on submit and you see, notice that after a while it will appear here. Okay, then you put the reference letter. You can upload the reference letter. For now, you cannot upload any reference letter unless you have been notified that you've um, you've been selected within your interview and your selection. You will be notified. If you are not able to submit, mind you, sorry, these letters are uploaded by latest 20th February. So it is still prior to the time when you know whether you are qualified for the interview. So it's either you put it here or you are fortunate on the day of your interview, you go with it. Okay? It is clearly written there. It says you can still submit your application without a reference letter, but ensure that you upload them if you are invited to interview. So it is when you are invited for interview, then you upload your reference letter. Okay, you see that padlock will no longer be there. Then your passport ID documents is also locked, meaning it's not yet time. So you can still submit this application without these details. Then the feedback, do your feedback and or put your comments, and this is all about your application. Please, if my videos were helpful, kindly like, follow my page, subscribe to my page, subscribe to my channel, share, recommend my videos, share, like, subscribe and comment. You can still ask questions. Thank you for watching.